Thank you very much. Can I ask you how you would see these principles extending beyond the coaching relationship? Where you have a relationship where you have multidisciplinary teams working together towards a common endpoint. Are these principles applicable, or how do you see the principles applying in that context where different people are contributing on a more equal basis, if I can put it that way?
Yes, thank you. In such as in meetings and decision-making groups and things, is that what you mean? Yes. In fact, it is essentially that order in my life historically that emerged, that it was one-to-one work for a long time. I didn't even think about what could be done in groups. And then one day, Christopher, whom I was married to by then, came home and said, well, I just did this great thing with my management team. And I said, oh, good. So, great. So what was that? And he said, well, I gave everyone a turn in a round to say their thoughts and generate their thoughts on the topic. And nobody interrupted each other, and they all gave attention. I said, that is really cool. Tell me more. So it was a lot of learning from him about that, and a lot of learning from, by now, I don't know, I don't keep numerical track of anything, but lots of business teams that do this. Now, by this, what I mean is this is what I mean by this, taking that thinking session structure I described and extrapolating from that the things that can work that are not too threatening. The things that can help a team where there is only a certain amount of safety, and often it is a slightly come and go thing, the safety in teams, can help them build trust by doing some of what we do in the pairs. So you have a turn to speak, and you have a turn knowing you won't be interrupted, which is very different from getting lucky. And everyone else in the group is giving you attention while you think and speak. And you agree to be brief in exchange for knowing you won't be interrupted. So it's a lovely trade-off. Nowadays also it's working out well if all the agenda items are in the form of questions, so that people are instantly thinking before they even arrive at the meeting, and certainly by the time the agenda item is presented. And then sometimes, even in the groups, we'll divide into pairs and sometimes listen for discrete turns for 5 minutes or 2 minutes as people think and come back to the group. Sometimes in a dialogue, which is very challenging, where we go back and forth together on a single subject, but as astutely a thinking environment for each other while we listen, as we are when we're not going to comment. And we reduce the oppressive presence of PowerPoint. I once worked as a consultant in a corporation with this work, and it was a nice job. I was paid some nice money, and they were learning it well, and they were beginning to communicate and teach it to others, and it was very exciting. I put a lot of time into that. And at the end of one of the times I was there, the contracting executive said to me, I just need you to know that these guidelines around PowerPoint and the fact that we don't interrupt the speaker in our presentations, and the fact that we put our agenda items in the form of questions, that was worth all the money we paid you. And I wanted to say, really? Okay, well, so sorry I wasted all this other time doing all these other things. But each one of these is so giving of life to the human minds in the room. There's more to this, but that's a start. Is that useful? Thank you.